This was for your MC Ben Clover, everybody. Lovely stuff. My name's Martin. I don't make any sense as a person, right? I'm well aware of that because I'm from Scotland. Not a joke, but... He's from Scotland! Alright, cool. I'm from Scotland, right? And I sound Scottish, but I look inexplicably Portuguese. That's my life, man. People queue up to tell me what they're having every time I go to Nando's. I sometimes wonder if there's been some kind of mix-up and the real Martin Graham is some pasty ginger guy walking about Lisbon. Just thinking his name's Tiago Carvalho. I just had a daughter last year. Thank you. It was actually 3 years ago, but people don't cheer that, so... I had a daughter. I'm a father to an English daughter with my English girlfriend, or as they call me in Scotland, a traitor. I am the worst kind of Scottish person. I create new English people. We had a girl, which I think is a good result for me, because I'm not a very manly guy. Like, I feel like if we'd had a boy, by the time he got to 8, he would be the alpha. Because I didn't have like a hard man dad that raised me to be a hard man, right? My dad raised me to be in touch with my feminine side. And the way he did it, right, I don't even think he knows how he did it. The way he did it is that my dad drinks Malibu. My dad also listens to the Backstreet Boys. My dad is a 14-year-old girl from the 90s. His favourite Backstreet Boys song is a song that's called Everybody Backstreet's Back, Alright. Which is just a song about them being back. I don't give a shit, I didn't know they'd been away. I hate that song, so there's one bit in that song where one guy goes, "Am I sexual?" and then all of the other Backstreet Boys go, "Yeah." Somebody else think that's weird? Did he fuck the other Backstreet Boys? When he wrote that, he was like, "Right guys, I'm going to say am I sexual and you guys all go, yeah. That'll show my ex-wife." But see anytime a man finds out that I've had a daughter, right? They always say the same thing to me. They always go like this. They go, "Oh, you had a daughter, did you? What are you going to do when the boys start fancying her?" It's like 14 years away. Why am I supposed to worry about that now? That's like me going, "Oh, you get a puppy, did you? Where are you going to bury it?" They always ask it in this dead macho way as well, implying I'm supposed to be so angry about the idea of a boy fancying my child that I'd batter another child. And see where your answer that. You can take that really far, and these guys are completely unfazed, right? I've been pushing up, like, what am I going to do when someone fancies my daughter? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to chainsaw through his shins. Then I'm going to burn his house down. Frame him for a murder. These guys are always like, "Oh, you're too right, man. You've got to put your foot down." I feel like if someone did fancy my daughter, I would just be really proud of that, because I made her. She's half me. Those boys literally fancy me. I'm sexual. Well, I don't feel like I'm ready to do that. I think there's too many things that I can't handle. Like, see last summer, right, I had a wasp nest, and I'm terrified of wasps, so I had to phone a man to come kill them for me. And I don't know if you guys have ever had to phone a wasp exterminator before, but it was really hard to get this guy to come round, right? I was on the phone to him looking at 20 wasps on the inside of my window. I was like, "Mate, I've definitely got a wasp nest in the loft. Can you come round today?" He goes, "Right, well, I can come round today, but what I need you to do first is to go up to the loft and find the nest." I was like, "No, mate, I think there's been a misunderstanding here. I phoned you because I don't like wasps. I wasn't phoning you to get assigned a wasp-based mission. I'm not training to be your apprentice here." That sounds like something you would get paid to do, and you're asking me to do for free. I was too scared to say any of that to him, so I went up to the loft. And he's talking me through what to do. He's like, all right, now that you're up there, the first place you want to look is directly above you, because if that's where they are, that's really dangerous. You didn't have to wait till I was up here to say that. And he goes, now the first thing that then he goes, now what you're looking for is something that's round and opaque. And I'm like, cool, don't think that's the time to tell him. I've no idea what opaque means. And so I'm up in the loft, I do the quickest glance round. I'm like, nah mate, I can't see the wasp nest, you need to come round. And he goes, no, that's not how it works, mate. He says this to me, right? He says, if you can't see it, there's no way I'm going to be able to see it. Well, I guess that's on me for expecting the guy that's seen a wasp nest before to be able to spot a wasp nest better than the guy that's doing his first day on the job. At this point it suddenly dawns on me, I'm like, is he afraid of wasps? It shouldn't be this difficult, right? In the end, the guy doesn't come round because I can't find the nest, right? What he tells us to do is just to tape up all the gaps in the hatch and just never go up there. Like, the loft belongs to the wasps now. The worst part about all of them, see at the end of that phone call, the guy calls that a consultation, and he tells me that I owe him 50 quid. I was like, all right mate, no worries, hung up, didn't pay him. He phones me back a week later telling me that he can't see the money in his account. I'm like, well mate, if you can't see it, there's no way I'm going to be able to see it. I was, see, when I said that to the guy, I was, excuse the pun, I was buzzing. The wasps ended up going away on their own in the end, but then a few months later they returned. And when I told my dad that they'd returned, my dad was like, oh my God, they're back again. I took 3 attempts. I took 3 attempts to pass my driving test. Did anyone take more than that? No, cool, right? I love it. Someone actually said no. Someone elected themselves the spokesperson for the room. I have checked. No. I took 3 attempts. See, on my second attempt, right before the test, right, I was sitting in the car with my dad. And my dad turned down the Backstreet Boys, right? And he turns to me, and he turns to me and he goes, I've got an idea, right? And then he turns the car's heating all the way up, and he goes, let's put the test instructor to sleep. Right, see now I can see that that's a completely insane idea. But at the time I was like, Dad, that's genius. It's also like really insulting looking back. Like most dads when their son's doing their driving test would be like, you've got this son, I believe in you. My dad was like, you won't pass if the instructor is conscious. So I get to the test centre, I find out I've been allocated a really old guy for the test, and I'm thinking, jackpot. This guy's going to be gone before we're in second gear. And he gets into the car, right, oblivious to the fact that he's now entered what is basically a kidnap plot. And the first thing he says to me, right, the first thing he says, obviously, is, can you turn the heating down? And I don't know how to do that. So I'm like, I don't know how to do it. My dad turned it up. And that would have been enough, right? But I felt like I had to justify it. So I said this to the guy, I went, he likes to be sleepy. You ever told a lie that you just didn't think through at all? I was like, please don't interrogate that with further questions. And he goes, he likes to be sleepy. And I was like, oh fuck, he's interrogating with further questions. He goes, sounds like my wife. I want to know what that means. But I ended up failing that test for crashing into an ambulance, so that's fine. But I told my mum about that a few years later. I told my mum that my dad had done that, and she goes, oh yeah, that's what he does to your uncle from America every time he visits. Like, how deep does this go? I realised I've never been awake in the car with my dad driving. Anyway, I feel like I'm not ready to be a dad yet, right? I feel too young to be a dad, which is mad because I'm 37. Like if I'd stayed in Glasgow, I'd be a great granddad by now. But I don't understand too many things with the world. Like I've never understood this. I've never understood how there are so many smokers that don't have a lighter. That doesn't make any sense, right? They come up to me asking if I've got a lighter. Why would I have a lighter, mate? You're the smoker. You only need 2 things to smoke. How have so many of you's not got one of them? I've started snapping at people now when they come up to me asking for a lighter, right? The other day, a guy came up to my actual desk at my work asking me for a lighter, and I said, mate, just get your own lighter and stop bothering everyone. You use a lighter, therefore you should own one. I don't, thus I don't own one. Go away. Guy ended up walking away, and then he came back 2 minutes later with my unlit birthday cake. You guys have been so lovely to talk to. That's my time. Please welcome Ben. Thank you.